Under the blazing studio lights, silence filled the room, a thick, suffocating, and heavy with anticipation. The audience had just witnessed Rosie O'Donnell, never one to pull her punches, lean forward in her chair with that sharp, cutting smile she was famous for. With her voice dripping in condescension, she turned her attention to Senator John Kennedy, raising her eyebrows as she delivered the jab that made the crowd collectively gasp. "Senator," Rosie said, "sometimes I wonder if you even understand the issues you talk about. Honestly, do you think you're smart enough for the job you hold?" The insult hung in the air like smoke. It wasn't just a question, it was an attack, meant to humiliate, meant to strip dignity from a man who had spent his life fighting for the people who often had no voice. The camera zoomed in, capturing Kennedy's face, his lips pressed together, his eyes unflinching, and for a moment, the audience thought he might let it slide. But then he leaned forward, folded his hands, and delivered a comeback so sharp, so disarming, that it didn't just silence Rosie O'Donnell, it electrified the entire nation. Kennedy's voice was calm, almost gentle, but every word carried the weight of steel. "Miss O'Donnell," he began, "I may not have the kind of intelligence that makes headlines in Hollywood. I may not impress people at cocktail parties with fancy words. But the farmers in Louisiana who trust me to fight for them, they think I'm smart enough. The single mothers who call my office in tears because they can't afford groceries, so they think I'm smart enough. And I'll tell you this, being smart isn't about how loud you can talk, it's about how well you can listen. And on that measure, I'll take the wisdom of the people over the applause of celebrities any day." The audience erupted, cheers and applause drowning out even Rosie's stunned silence. Kennedy didn't raise his voice, didn't break into anger, he simply spoke with the conviction that could not be faked. His words didn't just defend himself, they painted a mirror back at Rosie, exposing the hollowness of her attack. Rosie tried to laugh it off, her trademark smirk faltering, but the audience wasn't with her anymore. Kennedy had shifted the energy in the room entirely. What was meant to be a takedown had turned into a lesson, one about humility, authenticity, and what true intelligence looks like. But the story didn't end with the applause. Clips of the exchange went viral overnight. Social media lit up, with millions replaying Kennedy's words, quoting his line about listening being smarter than shouting. Even people who disagreed with him politically couldn't deny the power of his response. Teachers used it in classrooms as an example of grace under fire. Parents showed their kids what it meant to stand tall when someone tried to knock you down. Meanwhile, Kennedy himself went back to work, as unbothered as ever, reminding reporters that his job wasn't about winning debates on television, it was about making sure the people who trusted him were heard. And though Rosie never openly admitted defeat, her silence after that night spoke volumes. What Kennedy taught the world in that legendary moment was this: intelligence isn't measured by how cutting your wit is or how many insults you can hurl. True intelligence lies in empathy, in resilience, and in having the courage to answer cruelty with truth. And that's why his comeback wasn't just legendary, it was timeless.